Davis.
It doesn't. That's better, bro.
Davis, why you let these niggas dead ass destroy shit and you let it's like you taking it too far, Davis, bro?
No. It's about perspective. Hold on.
Stop, Davis. Stop,
Davis.
Davis.
Yo, hold on.
Yo, stop, bro.
Where you going?
I don't know.
Oh.
You about to go blow up your...
No, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do
What? What?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. For the sake of everybody in this house, like that's not something I
I'm
want.
not gonna lie, the house just got clean.
He's going crazy.
Joker, I'm sorry. Help me understand.
You're good.
I'm a sore loser.
Bro, relax.
He's not gonna please don't do it.
Yo, Davis. I'm watching him do it right
Davis,
now.
chill, dog.
Davis,
Oh,
stop.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bro, but here's the thing.
Wow. Oh, there it is right there.
He did it.
There it is.
That's in my room?
Yep, that's your room.
Alright, y'all. I'm back with another video. I'm finna get straight into it. Now, I don't know if y'all been keeping up or if y'all watch AMP. Well, I guess y'all do watch AMP because you wouldn't click the video if you didn't. But my boy Davis is going through it right now, man. If you keeping up with the streams, and anybody stream like Kai Cenat, Agent, or even Davis stream, even though he like barely streams. The reason I'm making this video is because after the firework war, if y'all don't know, tensions are high, man. Like, usually after every firework war, after every July 4th war, it's only been like 2 so far, 3, I don't know. But usually, like, you know what I'm saying, people be like a little bit on edge a little bit. But just to give a little brief rundown while I'm making this video, like the 100% reason I am is because like recently after the little firework where they had like 2-3 days ago on July 4th, you know what I'm saying, first it was Agent Zero and Davis going at it. They was kind of beefing and Davis did start it. I ain't gonna cap, he started it, but like Davis' whole room got blown to smithereens, man. Like, allegedly. Like, Davis' room is done. Like I said, y'all gotta be catching up with the streams to like really know what I'm talking about, like Agent Zero streams and Kai Cenat streams and everybody. But if you're watching the streams, you know what I'm talking about. And to continue with the story, basically after like Agent Zero and Davis were like kind of like at the end of their little firework war, Agent Zero gave Davis a peace treaty and Davis signed it. And the whole chat started calling him PT, which means like short for peace treaty, the whole stream, because they were like, oh, he took a L. Like Davis didn't want to set the house on fire, so he just took his L and signed the peace treaty type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then the whole chat for like the whole day was making fun of Davis, saying like he took a L. You know what I'm saying? He's P word. He's pussy. You know what I'm saying? They were saying like, you know what I'm saying? They were calling him PT for the rest of the day. PT, peace treaty. Like, I ain't gonna lie, signing a peace treaty is kind of crazy, especially on July 4th and P Day when you know what I'm saying? They going crazy with the fireworks, but at the same time, I understood because that's Davis's only house that he lives at is that location, and he ain't want to burn the house down because there was a whole bunch of fires that day. Like, if you was watching the stream, they was setting the little small flames every now and then on like that day, like crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But then shortly after that, Kai Cenat, you know what I'm saying, he promised, like, you know, there was a little anniversary with the July 4th firework war. So Kai Cenat was trying to find somebody to beef with. Phantom was trying to find somebody to beef with, and Duke was. And then they was gonna go against Agent and Davis, but they kind of like that failed. So Kai Cenat, you know what I'm saying, he was kind of struggling for content. Now, I watch Kai Cenat and Agent more than anybody. So I'm not trying to downplay Kai Cenat in any way. I love Kai Cenat, okay? But you could tell he was trying to like itching for content, and he was kind of like wanted somebody to beef with during the firework war, which I understood because it was like 200K people in there, and they was all coming for the firework war. It was a whole bunch of randoms that probably don't watch Kai Cenat stream every day. And Kai Cenat, you know what I'm saying, he wanted to start a beef with somebody, and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, Davis ended up being the one he started warring with, but it was already kind of like Davis already signed a peace treaty with Agent. I feel like Davis' room was already blown to smithereens. There was nothing really to blow up anymore. But Kai Cenat and Davis started going back at it, which, you know what I'm saying, it was mutual agreement. But at the same time, it was like Kai Cenat room was like not that bad. It was like smoky as hell, but like really it was Davis' room that was blown to smithereens. Like, he definitely took the worst out of the whole firework war. If you watch the streams, his room, like everything in his room was blown to smithereens. His setup, his carpet, his floor caught on fire a couple times, and like his mattress and everything was blown to smithereens. Agent's room was okay for the most part. Kai Cenat room was like, it was looking a little crazy, but it wasn't like, his bed was okay, his setup was decently okay, you know what I'm saying? But okay, fast forward, you know what I'm saying, Davis' room was blown up by Kai, Agent, all them, you know what I'm saying? And Davis blew up Kai Cenat room like a couple times, but it wasn't like Kai Cenat room was kind of big, so like it only blew up like the carpet for real, and then it hit one of his computers and chipped it or whatever. But fast forward the next day, you know what I'm saying, Davis probably sick about his L because, you know what I'm saying, he took an L, I ain't gonna cap, his room was looking crazy. But the thing is, that man's room, like, he have nowhere to sleep, bro. Everybody else had somewhere to sleep. Everybody else could sleep in their bed because all their beds was fine. Davis' bed, by the way, was like, it was blown up smithereens. His mattress, and he got like a pretty tiny room, so it's like his job was finished, okay? But the reason I'm making this video, I know y'all confused, just stay with me. So then the next day, if y'all keeping up, it was July 5th. And, you know, everybody said everything was going cool. But you gotta think, like, this man Davis don't got nowhere to sleep. His room is finished. Everybody else is kind of chill, you know what I'm saying, after the firework war. And here's what happened, man. So Agent is doing like a little therapy stream, so he wants to invite Davis and ask him about the war and stuff like that, because, you know, they was going back and forth in the war at first, and then Davis stuck on Kai after that. Which, you know what I'm saying, get a man his props, man. This man Davis beef with, like, basically it was just him against everybody else, low key. Even though Duke and Phantom wasn't really against him, but like it was just Davis against 2 other people. So he was really getting, feel me, like I don't know, man, double team pause, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Agent and Davis doing a little therapy session. Agent doing it on his stream. He doing a little therapy. He invited Low over. If you don't know Low, tap in, you know what I'm saying? Stop being under a boulder. Go watch AMP. Go watch everybody AMP channel. All right, so back to what I'm saying. They was on therapy. He was asking Davis about the war, you know, and Davis was giving his responses. And, you know, if you know one thing about Davis, like, he's kind of like here's the reason I'm making this video, man. Davis is kind of like the butt of every joke. People make the little virgin jokes with him. People make all the jokes about, you know what I'm saying, like, he's just like the people really make him the butt of every joke, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like the most calm. Chris is the most calm AMP member, okay? But at the same time, Davis is like, you know what I'm saying, he kind of like gives off those vibes where everybody can kind of pick on him. Davis, if you watching this, I'm sorry, man, but that's just the vibes he give off, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that, though. Now, I don't want y'all calling me a glazer or writer in the comments, nothing like that. I watch Kai Cenat and the Agent and Phantom channels the most out of anybody in the whole AMP group. I'm not like a Davis glazer or nothing. I don't really watch Davis like at all to keep it a beat. I probably watch like a couple of his videos and one of his streams or something like that. And I watch Chris also. I watch Chris from time to time when he making his little music. He be cooking up, you know what I'm saying? But really, I watch Agent, Kai, and Phantom the most. So I'm not Davis glazing or nothing. I'm just speaking from what I see. Even Agent and Your Rage kind of took on the same point I'm about to tell y'all right now. Like, Your Rage and Agent said it July 5th after the fact when everything happened. I'm about to tell you what happened. But they kind of agreed on the same stance that I'm about to take right now. So like I said, Agent was doing a little therapy session with Davis. And then, you know what I'm saying, they invited Kai in the room, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, was kind of a dumb idea because Kai and Davis they probably chill, but at the same time, there's like a little bit of tension there because Kai did go ham in Davis's room, pause, I'm talking about the fireworks. Then Agent was kind of like instigating a little bit, and he admitted to this. He admitted he was instigating, and he was playing a clip of Your Rage saying that Davis is like, you know what I'm saying, he's pussy, like he took his L, you know what I'm saying? And that's what the whole chat was saying too. Chat voted on a poll and said like, yeah, Davis was pussy. And you know, obviously we all know like chat is a whole bunch of little kids, but at the same time, you know, I think as a content creator, if that's like all the comments you're getting, that's all what anybody thinks about you, and you always kind of the butt of the joke, it's gonna eventually eat you alive and kind of force you. Like, it's not even only Davis though. It's the whole like not every MP member, but Kai, anybody will like they'll get the chat. There'll be times where the chat will kind of have like persuade them to do something they probably wouldn't have done if the chat didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? But back to the story. So yeah, Agent played a clip and he did a poll, and then, you know what I'm saying, Your Rage was reacting and was saying like, oh, Davis took a L, calling him the P word. And then the chat voted on the poll and said like, oh, Davis is P word. And I'm talking about like, this was going on July 4th to July 5th, bro. Like the whole chat was saying like Davis a L, Davis getting too mad. Like they was just saying Davis in his feelings the whole time, okay? And me, I feel bad because Davis is always kind of the underdog in every situation. Like we all know Kai goes crazy during the firework wars. You know what I'm saying? He's the funniest content creator. He's like the most popping right now. And we all know Davis is kind of like, you know what I'm saying, he's one of the more common. He ain't as popping as like, you know what I'm saying, like, or he ain't as out there as Kai and Phantom and all them, but at the same time, he's still part of the group, right? But then during the therapy session with Agent and Kai and Davis, the whole chat was calling him the P word, kind of gassing his head, like, just kind of like tearing him down, right? So you gotta think, this is messing with Davis' mental, right? Because he always used to people calling him scary and all this, right? So what he does, you know what I'm saying, he kind of let his emotions take over and he go blows a firework in Kai Cenat room. And this is like after the cleaners came and already cleaned up the house and made the house spotless, you know what I'm saying, and fixed everything. So you gotta think about it. The house is spotless. And well, Davis' room is still like destroyed, but Kai's room is like decent now. It's decent. And Davis go throw a firework like near his door, in front of his door. And to sum it up, Kai got super mad after that and said that like Davis was being calm the whole day, and that like he let the chat like gas him up, and like the chat was the only reason he was even like acting tough and stuff like that. So then Kai got mad, like super angry, right? And started like blowing up more fireworks in Davis' room, even though Davis' room was already destroyed at this point. So like, to me, it didn't really do anything, and then the whole AMP was trying to stop him because it could have started a fire. They ain't having no fire extinguishers for real, you know what I'm saying? But Agent was trying to de-escalate it, but like Kai was already mad at that point, and then Davis and Kai started going back and forth with the fireworks, and then, you know, they both stopped eventually, but it's like Davis's room is gone, Kai's room is still there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying anybody's picking on Davis in this situation. Davis is a grown man, okay? I know Davis is a grown man. He can defend himself, but it's just like, when you see things, when I see things and observe things, I just feel like I gotta speak on it, right? Now I'm a nobody in this YouTube stuff, but I still want to like I got a YouTube channel, you know, I got over 100 subscribers. I just want to talk about it, okay? Just because. So I'm not saying Davis is getting picked on at all, but at the same time, the chat was called during this whole time that Davis and Kai was blowing fireworks in each other's rooms. The whole chat, like at least 90% of the chat, the comments I was reading, everybody was on Kai's side and not on Davis' side, like at all. Like before he blew the fireworks, everybody was calling him the P word and calling him scary. And then when he blows a firework in Kai's room, then it's Davis is doing too much. He's doing too much. So it's like it's a lose-lose for Davis. And this is like I said, this is the same thing your Rage said. It's the same thing that Agent 00 said. We all agreed. Well, I'm not in the group, but they agreed, and I kind of agreed too. Like it's a lose-lose for Davis because the chat is biased. Like let's just keep it a beam for a second. Kai Cenat is the more famous or clouded like in the group. Like he's like one of the biggest streamers in the world. You know what I'm saying? So people usually flock to like the more popular person or the person they know mostly. And Davis don't barely stream. So other people in the chat probably Agent fans, Phantom fans, or like Kai Cenat fans. So everybody said Davis is doing too much, and if he doesn't do enough or he doesn't get back, then he's scary, he's the P word. But then when he does get back and throw a firework in Kai room on July 5th, Kai Cenat get mad, and then the whole chat's on Kai's side and saying, Davis doing too much. So he doesn't do enough, he's scary, and then when he does something, he's doing too much. So it's like, it's a lose-lose for Davis, man. That's what I'm saying. And if you're keeping up with AMP, man, if you've been keeping up with AMP, like you're really a fan, you know what I'm saying? You've been watching them for a while. This all kind of stems back to like back then years. That's why I'm making this video, man, because it's been happening for a while. Like not just a couple of months, not a couple of days, for years. Like if you go all the way back to like one of their basketball videos where they were doing like a 4v4 or 5v5 or something like 2 years ago. And then Davis and Duke were getting kind of heated. But you know, that's normal. Doing basketball, even with your homies, you're going to get in a heated battle, right? So Duke and Davis started going back and forth. And at some point, Duke Dennis just like shoved Davis hard as hell. And then Davis like fell down. And then like nobody said anything in the video. Nobody really reacted or told them to stop. Like it was just kind of like quiet. And then like, you know, they ended up finishing the game, whatever, like no hard feelings, I guess. But you could tell it was like a little tension there in AMP for a while with Duke and Davis. And I think they even made another video where they were talking about like past situations that went on in AMP, and they actually like brought that situation up. Even Davis said like nobody really defended him. I think that's what Davis said. Don't quote me, it's alleged, but I think Davis said like nobody even said anything, and they just kind of let Duke like push him and shove him on the ground, and nobody really, you know what I'm saying. But later on, I mean, they squashed it because like they're all family, so they all squashed it. It's basketball. During basketball, everybody fights at the end of the day. Like even with your closest friends, you're gonna fight, and you're gonna push each other and fight at the end of the day. But you could tell it's just like it's a recurring thing with Davis where like he's always like, you know what I'm saying, the butt of the joke, and people don't really defend him as much, you know what I'm saying? And no, like I'm gonna say it again, cause I know y'all be my comments saying I'm glazing, bro. Even your Rage said the same thing. Your Rage said like during the firework thing with Kai Cenat and Davis, your Rage was saying like if that was any other AMP member of the chat, or like they wouldn't have reacted that same type of way. Cause I remember the last July 4th, July 5th, after the firework war was over, Duke Dennis came in Kai Cenat room. Everything was calm, but like a conversation happened, and then Duke Dennis ended up breaking Kai Cenat's Michael Jackson poster. Now that didn't happen on July 4th. That happened on July 5th. So Kai Cenat, he didn't really care. He was a little angry, but he didn't really care that much. He didn't do nothing back to Duke Dennis. But then when Agent, my fault, not Agent, y'all, I'm sorry. When Davis goes in a room and throws a firecracker near Kai Cenat's bedroom on July 5th, then Kai Cenat makes it this huge problem, like, oh, it was July 5th, not July 4th. But last year, after July 4th, Duke Dennis came in your room and broke a poster, the Michael Jackson poster. And y'all might know what I'm talking about, like the clip I'm talking about when Duke Dennis was like, what was I supposed to break? What was I supposed to break? He broke the Michael Jackson poster on Kai's room. And Kai, you know what I'm saying, he was heated, but he didn't do nothing back. So it's like your argument don't make sense now because you said, oh, it was after July 4th, but the same thing happened with Duke Dennis last year. But that's all I'm really saying with this video, man. Like the chat is kind of hard on Davis, and you know what I'm saying, everybody kind of has their favorites in the groups and like the people they don't like as much. You know, Davis really isn't in the scene as much. Like even me, I don't really watch Davis, right? I'm just telling y'all what I see from like the AMP videos. I don't see Davis much outside of like when he walks into people's streams, like Agents or like Chris's or Phantoms or Kai's stream. Okay, so I don't really know Davis too. I don't know any of them. Okay, I'm just a fan speaking from what I'm observing. But even your Rage said it. Even Agent agreed. Like if like Davis gets unfair treatment sometimes. So it's like y'all just gotta like open your eyes. The chat is kind of young. They're teenagers and stuff like that, and they be trolling half the time. So they probably was just like gassing Davis head. They probably don't really hate Davis. You know what I'm saying? It's W Davis at the end of the day. But I'm just telling y'all what I be seeing. And I'm telling y'all that we all kind of see it, man. AMP don't hate Davis. I know that's his brothers. I'm sorry for the little, you know, little clickbait. I get a little clickbait off. Love Kai. I love Agent at the end of the day. Davis, the whole AMP, Chris, Phantom, Autumn. Okay, I love Duke, Autumn. Okay, pause. Heavy on the pause, but they feel me. They make wonderful content. You feel me? Like whenever I'm bored, I watch like all their streams, all their videos, W's. Okay, I know they're gonna come back from this. I know nobody really mad at each other. I just wanted to speak on and give my little opinion. Okay, my little breakdown. It's WMP at the end of the day, y'all. I'm a fan. I'm always gonna be a fan. Y'all gonna stay fans, supporters. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna be supporters. Okay, but it's W Davis, man. Wavis, man. Get off my boy, man. Get off my boy back. Chat. Y'all gotta be, feel me? Like, calm down. Like, chat be chatting sometimes, man. Chat really get on my nerves. Cause I know I'm older than Autumn. Cause I'm like in my, feel me, early 20s. And I know most of them is probably teenagers and kind of kids. I know it's some for me, 30, 40, 50-year-olds in there too. But I'm just saying, you can tell by the way they talk and they troll, like most of them is kids. So I can't really get on them too much. They young. They just want to, feel me, see content and like get on people's nerves and just, you know what I'm saying? They want people to react, okay? They just want to troll, okay? So don't take them too serious, but get off my boy Davis back, man. He's a W human being, and if you ain't know, you know what I'm saying, Davis gave Kai Cenat that basement. When they first bought the house, y'all, I don't know if y'all knew this, but Davis was supposed to get the room in the basement. He called it, but then he let Kai Cenat have it because, you know, Kai, he big on Twitch streaming and he was blowing up. So I guess Davis saw the potential in Kai, you know what I'm saying, gave him the room. And I don't want to bring that up as if, like, Kai owes Davis any favors or anything. I'm just letting y'all know, like, Davis a W human being, man. He gave Kai Cenat the basement, the little cheetah print carpet that y'all love so much. He gave him the little freaky room, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, WMP at the end of the day, man. W Davis, man. W Kai, Agent Autumn, man. Love y'all, and that's in the video. I'm out.
Yeah. Late night on my shit. I don't really give a fuck about the bitch. I don't really give a fuck about that shit. Steady saying fuck love, y'all don't fuck with that shit. Bitches always saying mad at why you sucking the dick. That bitch was cheating, yeah, I knew it, now I'm through with that bitch. Like bitches steady picking choosing what you doing and shit. You saying bad, but I ain't do it, you accusing and shit. I call the wife and shit and take it, say I'm moving too quick. But I've been feeling that this game and bitch making me sick.